So first of all, what is the meaning of the GDP? GDP is generally being considered as a good documentation practice, but in some other aspects it also similar or it's also correlate with the good distribution practices. So generally GDP is now being termed as GD small o p, that is good documentation practices. So GDP means good documentation practices. So similarity with the good documentation practices with the good distribution practices, it is being now rewrite as the G, D, small o and capital P, like that. Okay. So what is a document? Basically, just to know the good documentation practice, what is a document? A document is a piece of paper, handwritten or typed. One of the ways of the communication, generally being considered as a document. It substitute for the verbal communication, combination of words, sentences or paragraphs, or representation of your thoughts and views, and glorification of all the facts and figures. Is it yes or no? I think it's complete or exactly it should be like that. So the document is generally being considered for all these points. That is a piece of paper, one way of the communication, substitute verbal communication, combination of word, sentence, paragraphs, and the representation of thoughts or views or glorification of facts and figures may be termed as the document. As a compilation of all these may be termed as document. So in addition to that, it is a mirror image of your companies. Basically, whenever we see a document of any company, it gives an impression about the company's culture, commitment, competence, discipline, and the way of thinking. So just going to the document of any company, you may easily have some idea about the company, what culture that company have, what commitments are there, what competence level is there. Or competence means the person who are working over there, you may knowing the document in which way it was written, in how it was presented, how it was compiled, how it was reviewed. So you may get an idea about the competence of the peoples working in that company. Then the discipline, how it is being arranged, how it is being filed, and how it is being stored in proper way. So discipline is also very important to know the company's policy about the documents. And naturally it's a way of thinking that the document is generally being what you think about the meaning of the document, you must be knowing that. So it is generally being considered as the what is document. So generally what is document, some other definitions are there. Oxford may generally mean, it is being mentioned over the 1884. It was definition was given like that: a written or an inscription, means कि कोई भी लिखी हुई चीज है या inscription है, that it may be termed as document. Then in 1938 it was again a written instruction and official paper. ये एक जनरल कॉन्सेप्ट था अबाउट द डॉक्यूमेंट कि ये रिटन इंस्ट्रक्शन और एन ऑफिशियल पेपर. In late 20th century, a piece of written, printed, or electronic matter that provides information. The definition of the document being changed from 1938 to 20th century. A piece of written, printed, or electronic matter that provide information is called document. So in GMP purview, we may say that a written and authorized inscription, basically logically designed and prepared in a GMP point of view, periodically reviewed to overcome deficiencies as observed from the past experiences, and controlled or in order to perform a specific activity issued by the QA department. This is the way of the GMP. What is the document? Basically logically designed and prepared, periodically reviewed, and overcome the deficiencies as observed from the past experience. That is part of the continuous improvement too. And then it is the document must be controlled in order to perform any specific activity, and generally it is being maintained and issued by the QA department in pharmaceutical industry. So अब now question comes, what was the document? Now what is documentation? So the documentation is an essential part of the quality assurance system, and as as such shall be related to all the aspects of GMP. So its aim is just to define the specification for all the inputs in process and outputs. जैसे अपना सिस्टम के रिलेटेड चीजें रहती हैं, सेम वे में आपका है कि हर एक सिस्टम के लिए कुछ इनपुट्स होते हैं, फिर उसकी कुछ प्रोसेसिंग होती है, फिर उसका कुछ आउटपुट निकलता है. इसी तरह से एक डॉक्यूमेंटेशन एज ए होल इज ए प्रोसेस basically where we put some inputs, then this it is being processed, and finally we get some document, and it is called completely documentation. How do we prepare, how do we review, how do we execute, how do we master, how do we control it, how do we provide the documents to other person, other company. So this all is the process is called as documentation. The second one is the method of the manufacturing and the control. It's also comes under the GMP point of view. If we consider, then all the manufacturing and control parameters which are considered as a integral part of the GMP are covered under the documentation umbrella. Then further designed, prepared, reviewed and controlled wherever applicable shall comply with these rules, approved, signed and dated by the appropriate and authorized person. And some other facts are there, laid out the orderly fashion and easy to check, regularly reviewed and kept on date. Okay, and then alteration if any shall be signed and dated. It is been general things which need to be taken care during the whenever anyone do the documentation work. So these are the simple steps, and these are the points which needs to be considered whenever we are talking about the documentation. So designed, prepared, reviewed and controlled wherever applicable shall comply with the rules. Approved, signed and dated, approved, appropriate and authorized person. Then others laid out in orderly fashion and easy to check. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि कहीं पे कोई सेंटेंस आ रहा. देयर शुड बी फ्लो इन ए डॉक्यूमेंट. This after that, this after that, this after that, that should be the sequence of the flow, information flow basically. So regularly reviewed and kept on date, and alteration if any shall be signed and dated. So now after the documentation, now we comes to the what is record. So in Oxford University, the definition of the record was like that: 1884, from old French remembrance, from the recorder bring to remembrance. एक रिकॉर्ड के लिए क्या बोला गया है कि bring to remembrance, जिसे आप याद रख सकते हैं उसको आप जो है रिकॉर्ड बोलते हैं. From Latin recordant, remember, based on the core, और cordant means hurt, जिसको कि आप कभी अपने दिल के अंदर याद करके रख सकते हैं, वो बोला जाता है आपका रिकॉर्ड. देन मिडिल के अंदर क्या आया, ये 1884 था. फिर मिडिल में क्या आया कि द स्टेट ऑफ द बीइंग रिकॉर्डेड टू रजिस्टर, टू रिप्रेजेंट इन ए परमानेंट फॉर्म. किसी भी इस तरह की चीज को जिसको आप रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं, रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं, रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं परमानेंट फॉर्म में, दैट इज कॉल्ड मिडाइवल. So and finally in modern technology and modern definition for record, a thing constituting a piece of evidence about the past, especially an account kept in writing or some other permanent form. Now the definition in modern scenario about the record is the basically being added as a evidence. So whatever the record you have, it is basically now termed as a evidence. So this is the additional information from the beginning of the terminology to as on date. It is being added as a evidence. Okay. So another GMP point of view, we may say a form or format. Natural hai, what is a record? It is a form or format logically, scientifically designed, prepared and approved, executed to provide an evidence of compliance to the predefined processes. So this is the definition of record in terms of GMP. Okay. Now we have vice versa, or versus document versus record. So document says do and record says done. Once do means you have some idea, you have some protocol in your mind, you are going to execute something and you are having some predetermined terminology in your mind that you are going to execute. Before that execution, you are taking is as a document. Written information will be termed as document. And when the activity is completed, it will be turned into the record and comes into the form of the evidence. It will be says as done, means the work is over. So the record is said done and document says do. So document can be changed, review process. Once you are having some idea about how to execute anything, you may change it. You may have idea about change it. You may have different things to do. But once the work being done, it cannot be go back. Okay, so the record once completed cannot be changed. It comes under the data integrity. If you are going to change any executed thing in the back date, that will be terms as data integrity. We will discuss in separate training session over there. But the today's definition about the document and record: a document can be changed with the review process anytime, but a record once completed cannot be changed. So the basic requirement of the good documentation practices: a person who has been given the authority to signature for another person, this must be established in the SOP. This person must have knowledge of the good documentation practice. फार्मा में यदि हम बात करते हैं तो यदि आपके एब्सेंस में कोई दूसरा बंदा आपकी जगह साइन करता है तो ही मस्ट बी having the knowledge about the good documentation practice. It's okay, there may be some another person in as a in absence of that person may sign, but that person must having some good knowledge about the GDP. He what where the sign to be done, what the format of the signature, what the format of the dates, these all must be he knowing before signing the document or record. Individual concerned department is responsible for the following procedure. Quality assurance department is also responsible for the procedure during the issuance of the documents. All documents must have an effective date valid up to. It is very important that old documents must not be used when new documents have been implemented. Obsolete procedure should be always be in place. Once the document being revised and new document being effective, the old document cannot be used and it has to be obsolete from the system, but should be available in the documentation for the any reference. So the obsolete procedure should be in place. All documents should have a clear and concise title as it helps in finding out the said documents when needed. Long titles are not recommended. Generally the title should be very specific to the work. Whatever the exact information being incorporated inside the document, the title should be the specific, which depicts that these are the information which are being compiled into the document or record. All documents must be listed and indexed. Then all documents changes must be carefully documented through the change control procedure, naturally reviewed and approved. Training of the document should be planned only after approval of the document and shall be completed before the effective date. Any type of the correction shall be done by ball pen only, no gel pen allowed, only ball pen only. All corrections and additions shall be signature and date. These are the basic requirements for the good documentation practices. So the general requirement for the other good documentation practices: it should be clearly written documents using indelible uh, ink, legible handwritten entries, employee signatures, data recording in good manufacturing practices, correction of the entry in good manufacturing practices, handling of missing entry in good manufacturing practices, working with the blank or unused spaces, or cancellation of good manufacturing practice record. These are the basic examples for the GDP generally being not noticed during the day routine work. So it's the any document or record should be clearly written. The indelible ink should be used for writing or signature or any correction or any record to be maintained. Legible handwriting should be there in logbooks, in respective BMRs, BPRs, wherever it is, that the handwriting of the person who is executing the work, who is signing and anything, he should be have some thought of mindset that the um, handwriting of that person should be clearly legible. Or the next one is the employee signature. A few persons have some initial, and these initial not even matching with the specimen signature record. It is not acceptable at all. So the employee must be concerned about his signature because it is a evidence. Next, the data recording in the good manufacturing practices. As I told earlier, recording of the online processes and in-process checks should be properly, and online recording should be in place. Concern of the entries in the manufacturing practices, handling of the missing entries in good manufacturing practices, working with the blank or unused spaces. Few persons have a nature that the blank, put the blank, leave the blank spaces. You should put some note applicable or anything, whatever the information is needed to be right over there in the column. So it is mandatory that no column, no space should be unused. It must have some information either specific to the work or right not applicable. So the cancellation of the good manufacturing practices record, if anything is you are required to cancellation, so you are having some SOP how to cancel any document or how to cancel any record. So that SOP, good documentation practices SOP, you require to put in place. So documentation concept of GMP is generally based on what means process, when means time and duration, where location, machine and controls, then why process validation, who, personal and how, that is the procedure. So basically 5W and 1H, these are the things which are required to be documentation concept for the GMP. So 5W and 1H means what, when, where, why and who, and lastly how. So this must be knowing whenever you are doing any documentation. A good documentation constitute an essential part of the quality assurance system schedule M. It generally being recommended good manufacturing practices. Then the documentation records EU GMT chapter 4 they clearly mentioned Utralex documentation, FDA guidance for the industry, computerized system used in the in clinical trials, etc. Then the WHO TRS 961 good manufacturing practice for the pharmaceutical product, main principle 2011. Then ICH Q7 good manufacturing practices guide for the active pharmaceutical ingredient, section 6, it is clearly mentioned over there for the GDP. Then the European Pharmacopoeia Commission and the directives 2003 and 94, these are the references where the GDP requirements are clearly mentioned. Then permeable to any CGMP regulation to achieve the objective listed below, each licensee shall evolve appropriate methodology, system and procedures which shall be documented and maintained for reference. क्या general philosophy of any quality system, say what you do what you say, prove what you say and do. जो कहते हो से, जो कहते हो वो करो, जो किया है उसे कहो, और जो आपने कहा है और किया है उसको प्रूव करने की हिम्मत रखो। प्रूव करने की हिम्मत रखो कि भाई जो मैंने कहा है और किया है ये 100% करेक्ट है, एज पर माई नॉलेज, एज पर माई सिस्टम, एज पर माई SOPs whatever I got training for that, it is 100% correct. So this is generally being permeable acceptance for the GMP point of view for the good documentation practices. So another approach we just consider, that is the right first time, RFT approach generally being considered. Good documentation practices GDOP is a right first time approach for the document in is the GDP, means to ensure identity, authenticity and accuracy of records. If your document says what actions took place in the development or manufacturing of product, so that anyone including auditor or inspector has documented evidence that you did exactly what you said, that is the good documentation practice. अब कोई भी किसी भी कंपनी का कोई भी रेगुलेटरी का कोई भी ऑडिटर आए, वो आपके डॉक्यूमेंट को देखेगा, आपके प्रोसीजर्स को देखा, स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर्स को देखा, उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपके रिकॉर्ड्स को देखेगा, आपने किस तरह से उसको इन्फॉर्म किया है, क्या आपके रिटन प्रोसीजर्स में लिखा और कैसे आपने एग्जीक्यूट किया है. If all the things are in chain and everything as per the whatever the written, same thing being executed and same being informed to him, so everything is in the same chain, then it's fine. If he find any gap, whatever the written in the SOP is not followed, or whatever you follow, you are not able to tell him exactly what happened. So it creates the benefit in the mind of the any inspector or the auditor that actually this document or this activity not performed online, because every online activity being the presence of the mind being followed, whatever the SOP or written instructions being written over there being followed, same being executed and same being informed to the auditor. So there should be no any gap between all these things. Okay, so it is also necessary to do the things first right in the first time, first attempt में ही सही करिए. कभी भी ये नहीं सोच के चलना है कि नहीं मैं सेकंड स्टेज में या मैं इसे करेक्ट कर लूंगा या मैं इसे बाद में कर लूंगा, अभी मैं रफ कर लेता हूँ बाद में इसे कॉपी करके सेकंड टाइम कर लूंगा. कभी भी ऐसा नहीं हो. जब आप सेकंड कॉपी करने जाते हैं तो बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन हमारे माइंड से स्लिप हो जाती हैं. So these slipped informations can never be written as such in the second or you may say the fair whatever you claimed as the fair note. So fair note will not have all the information that what actually and actually observed during the execution of work. So you need to do the things right in first time. Then the procedure, clear definition of the scope, relevance to the other sites, relevance to the other products, impact on other aspects of the manufacturing process and control strategy, regulatory impacts it have directly within or beyond the establishment of the condition, relevant to an approved or post approval change protocols. These are the generally being procedure being followed for the good documentation practice. Then the purpose of the GDP is the proof of fact, what you did, that is the proof, that is the evidence. Record also, regulatory requirements, it is there for the documentation. Quality maintenance and improvement, better risk management and robust quality system, it is there. Control of the processes, resource optimization, the good documentation practice is required. Your documentation is an advertisement of your work. Whatever the work you have performed, if it is being executed properly, being written properly, being stored properly, it gives about the your advertisement, how do you maintain your work, how do you do the work. Few of the people's having a tendency not to maintain their records, not to maintain their files, having a very bad impression about others mind that things are not being maintained. So it is basically advertisement of your work. End user requirements to improve performance, enable important message to the communicated clearly and accurately. If a document or record being properly written, then it will give you the exact information whatever you want to say. If the things are not right written in a proper way, then the doer himself may get confused and the exact information that was captured in the document cannot be informed to the second person. So it enables the important message to be communicated clearly and accurately. Now come to the documentation life cycle. Document creation, approval, then the document use and data collection, then the data verification and record review and product disposition and approval. The process owner of the authorized person should write as per the specific format and template and circulate the document after getting approval of QA. Then document uses and data collection, responsibility of all technicians, engineers, scientists, operating person who are trained and authorized to collect the and record the data. Then data verification, responsibility of supervisors, managers and all individuals trained and authorized to review data. Record review and product disposition and approval, responsibility of QA or those trained and authorized to review records. Record archiving, Records are accessible, retrievable. Source is responsibility of QA and relevant departments. Record destruction as per the SOPs that directs as the destruction of documents. Individual company and individual department have their own procedure how to destruction of record and what the time cycle or frequency to be maintained for the destruction of any record. Then contemporaneous with the event they describe, even electronically produced, the documentation must be checked for accuracy, free from errors. For some types of the data, the document must be in format that permits trend evaluation, document approval, then approved or signed and dated appropriate authorized personnel is must for documentation creation as per the GDP standards. Then the document signature, all documents documentation used to provide evidence that standards are being followed must be signed and dated by authorized person as it adds value to the document. No signature pads, scanned signatures or duplicate original signatures shall be used to replace a handwritten signature by the person signing. Document shall signed in a permanent ink. That is the requirement. Signature shall be such that they are preserved throughout the life of the document. The local date, wherever required, the local time shall be used to date the documents. It depends upon the company's policy and the company individual SOP, whether the railway time being followed or some AM and PM being followed. So it depends upon the individual company SOP. Handwritten entries, adequate space shall be provided to expected handwritten entries. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए लिख रहे हैं तो स्पेस ही नहीं दी बीच में, सेंटेंस ही नहीं मीनिंग हो रहा है, मीनिंग के साथ उसके साथ कुछ का कुछ बन रहा है. तो जनरली इट इज बीइंग ऑब्जर्व्ड एज ए common non-conformance. So the adequate space shall be provided for the expected handwritten entries. Handwritten entries should be in edible ink. Critical entries must be independently checked. No space for the handwritten entries should be left blank. If unused, they should be crossed out or write ending in the column. Ditto marks or continuation lines are not acceptable at all. In GMP, ditto marks or continuation lines, these are not recommended basically and not acceptable. So need to take care for that. Document maintenance, it should be should be regularly reviewed and kept current. Always have the review all these documents. Record for the creating, issuing and modification should be there, retained and available for appropriate duration and in appropriate condition. Electronic document management system should be validated. Electronic records should be backed up. Document modification, handwritten modification should be signed and dated. Where appropriate, the reason of the alteration must be noted. uh, Generally being it is example as a there is a common abbreviation. Reason indicated entry error. This is basically entry error. You may write EE, means meaning entry error. So if any entry error is there, then you should mark it as a E and correct put the correct sentence or correct value over there. So control should exist to prevent the inadvertent use of the superseded documents. And then electronic versions can use only be modified by authorized person and controlled by password or other means. A history must be maintained or changes and deletions of to the electronic versions as well as paper documents. Uncontrolled changes can have a substantial compact. ये फिर खत्म हो गया भाई, बंद करते हैं इसको.
So the handwritten modification should be signed and dated. Where appropriate, the reason of the alteration must be noted. Is the common abbreviated reason indicating entry error. Controls should exist to prevent the inadvertent use of the superseded documents. Electronic versions can only be modified by authorized person and controlled by the password and other means. A history must be maintained of changes and decision to electronic versions as well as paper document. Uncontrolled changes can have a substantial or impact on the company's ability to demonstrate compliance to their specific standard. So these are the requirements for any document modification. Then we come to the corrections and additions in records. Generally being every company being now suffered from that having the very poor tendency of the people just how to correction in any record. So single line through the information that needs to be corrected, there should be a single line. All corrections or additions shall be signed and dated. Never sizable out or original data. Use white ink or white over the data. White fluid or anything need not to be used in any of the record. The mistake must shall be legible through the cross out, and the date of the correction is the date of the correction was made, not the date of the error was made. So you always require to, whenever you are doing any correction, it should be current date sign sign and dated. The example is there. There was the initial value was the 99.6. So it was actually it was required to be mentioned over there 99.8. So as a GDP document correction requirement is like you have the single cut and then you put 99.8 and get it signed with date in current date. And not like that you are putting the pen over there and trying to abolish the initial value and putting it again 99.8. So the correct way is the single cut, then you put the correct value, then sign with current date in which the you observe the you do the correction. So in document only the person who has entered the original record, the next supervisor can do, or for the ex employees, or already been approved to write or make changes to document can correct or add to documents. So generally it is being noticed that few of the records are quite old, and those person who have made the entries being left or they are the ex now. So the person who is now taking charge or who is responsible for do, so he required to do him his own sign and not to put the ex person who had left the company, not to put his sign. So it is also a very crime for the GDP point of view and GMP point of view. So non-typographical error corrections or additions indicating a change in the data or acceptance status require a comment and routed through the full document, that is a change control procedure. Or typographical error change or addition do not require any approval, but it should be come into the knowledge of the seniors. Then the document review responsibility of the supervisors, managers, all the individual trained and authorized to review the document and data specific time interval and approved list of the designee originators and reviewers shall be maintained. If a designee is to be used, then that person sign his or her adds the words signing for. Generally, the person who is required to be sign that document on behalf of someone, so he must be put it for and adds to the original printed name of the approver. Designee must have a knowledge, skills and abilities to perform the assigned authorship verification or approval activity. So this one is the document review procedure. Then the type of document, commitment documents are there. Relationship between the industry and the regulatory authorities, ANDA, DMF, likewise like that. Then the directive documents, relationship between the management and employee. specification, STPs, SOPs, MFR. These are the type of the documents being maintained by each company for the maintain of the GDP and GMP. And the other one is the record documentation, that is the relationship between the employees and the work they perform. These are the protocols, BMRs, BPRs, logbooks, calibration records, etc. So these are the records. So they generally three types of the documents are there: commitment documents, which are generally being raised or having the correspondence with the regulatory authority basically. And then the directive documents, in which the clear cut information, specification and other things, SOPs, MFRs are clearly mentioned, which required to be followed. And then there are the record documents, which are protocols and BMRs, logbooks and calibration records, etc. The type of copies of the document: the master copy, original copy of the document, then the control copy, the copy of the document from the master copy used in the regulated environment, signed and stamped by the qualified person. Then the uncontrolled copy, the copy of the document from master, made from the information purpose only. Then the superseded copy, old version of the copy which is replaced by the latest version of the document. And then the obsolete copy, copy of the document which is discontinued from the system, is called as obsolete copy. So these are the type of the copies of the document. So for example, this a general requirement, typical requirement of a document. So the company logo is there, department name is there, area is there, number of pages, title, what title it has, document superseded, effective date, etc. Then the document preparation, checked or approved by. These are the general documents. So these are the information which are required to be incorporated in every document. Every document must have a unique document number, then superseded if it is there, then the effective date, review date, the title, the department, originating department, area, and the document who had prepared the document, who had checked or reviewed the documented person, who is approved or authorized the document. These are the general requirements for to be maintained for the any document. So again, the document review will focus on the document's content, context, format and grammar. The documents quality attributes of the concerned documents review are correctness, usability, appropriateness and maintainability. Review factors and criteria are the adherence to the standards, consistency and traceability, readability, comprehensibility and general understandability, technical advocacy and the feasibility to approach, degree of the completeness, testability of the requirements, use of the appropriate requirement, design or coding techniques, appropriate level of details. So the next is the document revision. All documents shall have a revision level. In the latest document should be live, and there are two types of the revisions: routine revision, no technical or editorial modification, but at the end of the effective date, HODs or designee will review, and if there is no change, then the document shall be stamped as reviewed and revalidated. This is the typically valid only twice, then document should be revised. This can be used only two times for the document, then it is required to be revised and taken into the new format or new current date. So technical or editorial revision if there, this type of the revision shall be carried out by the document change control procedure and shall be maintained and recorded. So how to acquire a good documentation practices, GDOPC? So FDA statement should be drilled into you from the day one. That is the basically, this is now the presentation is over. Now we comes to the how to acquire the good documentation practice in your day routine activities. So the FDA statement is there. FDA statement should be drilled, means you have to accept this thing in your day routine life. If you did not document it, then it did not happen. If you have not filed any document, you have no entry of the work, that means that work is not been executed, that work is not been happen. So if you did not document it, then it did not happen. You must be thinking of that. So the online documentation is must. We should forget the syndrome, we can fix the documentation later, that is the offline documentation. So that syndrome must be ruled out from all the minds, that वी कैन फिक्स द डॉक्यूमेंटेशन लेटर. अभी कर लेते हैं काम, बाद में डॉक्यूमेंट कर लेंगे, रख दो साइड में, अभी हम काम कर लेते हैं. So this process and this syndrome should be obsolete from the mindset. Then records, in records what to be do and what not to be do. So do's, use only blue or black or inedible ballpoint ink. All entries should be legible, initial and dates and entries, unless the signature is required. Document each step before moving to the next, and mention not applicable initial date spaces if no, if it is not appropriate to fill them in. Records numbers less than 1 with a 0 before the decimal point. So these are the things whenever you are writing any numerical value, so it is being expected that you require to put some 0 and whatever it is for the before the decimal place. So these are the things which required to be do in the GDP point of view. And then don'ts, in don'ts we have we not need not to overwrite. Use the liquid correction fluids, backdated, it is not don'ts. And record data before the action event has occurred or long after the event has occurred. Use ditto mark, it is also don'ts. Leave required data spaces blank. Approve, verify or review your own performance. This is these are the example of the don'ts. So then we come to the document cycle. So document cycle is like that. Initially we go for the draft document. From draft document it goes to the committee or the concerned person of the organization comments of the draft, then finalize the document, then it goes to the training, and after training it is the issuance and issuance of the new and the retrieval of the old document from the concern, and then it goes to the QA control, and after QA control it goes to the secondary one. So first time it is also being considered the finalized document may also go back to the comments, because there may be chances that the few of the comments are not as per the requirement. So a person who had given some comments, and the competent authority who is required to just finalize and take decision on the document, he may get back it to the committee or concerned person that these are the comments you are given on the document, this is not as per the requirement, we are having this system in place. So either you convince him or get convinced by him. So it is the approach being followed. Okay. So the record cycle is that the same way: draft format, the commitments, and then the formalize, and then the issuance, then execute, and then archive, and again it goes to the draft format. Draft format means it is again to be revised, revision portion. So format, finalized format up to the issuance, it is there. Then the execute and archive. These are the two steps for the record cycle which were not there in the document cycle. Then now we comes to the question. You may go through these questions by writing this. A person who has been given the authority to the signature or for another person, this must be established in the SOP. This person must have the knowledge of the good documentation practices. Correction shall be made by a single line through the incorrect data and shall be signed with date, footnote, and correction shall be made. That is the generally being considered as a true. So never use the signature pads, scanned signature or duplicate signature. True. Or maximum two or three corrections being allowed in a single page. It varies from company to company what the GDP SOP is being finalized. But as a thumb rule in pharma industry, maximum two, or in some companies maximum three corrections are allowed in a single page. Or all records must be filled out in the edible black or green ball pen for long term legibility. So this all about the question session. Anything anyone wants to ask? I think the slides are over. So anyone is there just to ask any question? Hello.